In this video, we're gonna discuss if it's actually possible to grow your junk. So many men think that it's actually impossible. So what we're gonna be doing in this video, something I've never done before, we're gonna actually be exploring some scientific studies that show that it's actually possible to grow your junk. I'm just gonna give you a disclaimer. I am not a medical professional. I'm just reviewing what medical professionals have done and giving you my feedback, right, on what I've experienced and what other guys have experienced, right? So I still want you to do your own research, seek a medical professional before you do anything in this video. But we just want to explore if this is actually possible. So let's get right into the video. PE, as it's called, guys, growing your junk, can be accomplished through penile traction devices. These are called PTDs. PTDs, guys, are devices that apply gentle pressure to your junk over a period of time in a form of stretching. So just imagine your junk being stretched gently over a period of time, months, weeks, years. So how do PTDs actually work? How do the penile traction devices actually work? It follows a mechanism called mechanotransduction, which is the same thing as tissue elongation. When you stretch tissue over a period of time, this can stimulate cellular production in the tissue. This is a similar principle to how your body can grow when it experiences steady tension. Your body is forced to grow, like your tissue is forced to expand if it's faced with steady tension that is forcing it to expand. You're gonna promote more cellular tissue, more cellular growth when you're experiencing this gentle stretch over a long period of time. That's basically the mechanism. Real simple. You stretch it over a long period of time, more cellular tissue production happens, which will grow that tissue over a period of time. Now let's talk about the meat and potatoes, right? Studies have shown that on average, using PTDs, a 0.59 to 1.18 inches in length gains over a 3 to 6 month period. So men on average that used penile traction devices on average got about 1/2 inch to about 1.1 inch when they used it for at least 3 to 6 months. Now let's look at some examples. First example comes from the British Journal of Urology International, which happened in 2008, where they took 15 men and for 4 to 6 hours a day for 6 months, the average gain was about 0.71 inches in erect length, up to 0.91 inches in flaccid length. So they gained about over 1/2 inch in erect length and almost a full inch in flaccid length in about 6 months, using it for 4 to 6 hours a day. The next study, which is the P-Lung study that was actually done in 2023, did a combination of PRP injections, penile traction devices, vacuum erection devices, nitric oxide supplements, and after 6 months, the average gain was about 0.85 inches in erect length and about 0.47 inches in circumference, the girth. The next study is the Restore X device studies. All right, this is a device company that specifies in helping men with Peyronie's disease. They did a study with Mayo Clinic in 2019 that had a randomized controlled trial with men who have Peyronie's disease. Using their device, Restore X, for 30 minutes to 90 minutes a day for 12 weeks, significant improvements in length and curvature. They then did a 6-month follow-up and they showed 0.87 inches in length increase, and they also improved the curvature of the people suffering from Peyronie's disease. So let's look at some practical considerations. If you used a penile traction device, if you used it for about 4 to 6 hours a day for at least 3 to 6 months, on average, the gains, like mentioned before, about 1/2 inch to about 1 inch in increased penile length. Studies have shown this to be true. Consistency, proper technique, avoiding injury, all these things are practical considerations. You have to make sure that you remember. Now, what about safety and side effects for Dexfillers? What can I expect if I did this? Penile traction devices are generally safe if you use them correctly. That's why you have to be very, very careful and not try to rush the process or try to just use something that you don't know how to use, because you can hurt your junk. This is a tissue. If you overstretch it, if you do the wrong thing, you can actually hurt it, right? Make sure that you're properly fitted for whatever devices that you do want to use. But you don't have to be a guy that sits there and just accepts the fact that everybody thinks this is not possible, so let me just believe it's not possible. If there are studies that have proven that it can actually improve your penile length, flaccid and erect, why wouldn't you try it? Realistic expectations. What should you expect? Gains, like I've mentioned several times, they tend to be modest. They're not gonna happen overnight. And it's gonna take a lot of consistency. Like the gym. You're not gonna go to the gym and look like FedEx Fearless next week. It's gonna take several months, and you have to be consistent with your routine, right? Some people can see a lot of improvement. Some people might only see a slight improvement, right? The results may vary, but the studies have proven about 1/2 inch to about 1 inch in about 6 months using it 4 to 6 hours a day. So don't expect to grow 5 inches tomorrow. It ain't gonna happen. It takes a lot of time, a lot of consistency, but like I said, there's a pool of study that it can be possible. You don't have to sit there and accept not being proud of what you're working with when you can actually do something about it. Now, you may not have 4 to 6 hours a day. You might can only do 1 hour. So, okay, just expect that your results will take a longer time. Listen, improving your junk is gonna increase your confidence. It's gonna make you feel better. When you go with a woman, when you're out with a girl and you're proud of what you work with, you perform better. It's gonna help you get rid of your performance anxiety, all these things. And it takes, like I said, it takes time, but you can evolve to become a better man based on just doing what has already worked. Now, why do some people say it doesn't work? Why do some people believe growing your junk is not possible? Inconsistent or incorrect usage. People want to do something for a week and then don't expect their dick to get 10 inches. Like anything, right? Like going to the gym, like making money. Oh, I tried it for a month. I didn't see no results. No fucking shit. It's not gonna happen in a week. It takes a long time. 4 to 6 hours a day, 3 to 6 months. If you didn't put in that much time, you can't sit up here and say something doesn't work. You're just making shit up because the people who have proved it work showed you the duration that it requires. Unrealistic expectations. I keep bringing this up. The reason why I believe most people don't stick with PE, or they don't stick with growing their junk, or they don't get results is because they think, oh yeah, I'm gonna start this and I'm gonna get a bigger dick in a week. I'm gonna have 15 inches next week. I'm gonna have a 10 inch by tomorrow. It's not gonna happen. Like anything, it takes time. I adopted the same mentality with my business, with my fitness. I've been working out since I was 13 years old. I look amazing now, but it took me, what is it? I'm 27, 14 years. You're seeing 14 years of dedication. So anything that you want to do, you got to be realistic. Another reason why people don't believe it works, variations in physiology. Your body is different. Like, and this is what I talk about a lot in my exclusive site. I tell guys, it's something I preach a lot. What is gonna work for you? You have to do some experimentation with the proof and the resources available to see what works for you. I've tried some stuff that didn't work for me and tried some other stuff that worked for me wonderfully. I talk about that in my exclusive site. I openly discuss what I believe is working and what's not working. I talk about all this stuff. I've talked about what I've tried. I talked about what didn't go well. I'm honest about it. Some people just come on here and just say shit. Oh, it doesn't work. What did you try? What did you do? And because I have been realistic with my expectations, and I understand it takes time, and I understand it's gonna require experimentation, my advice has gotten guys to get similar results. Keep in mind, you might not get the same results as them, but understand that your physiology as a person is different. Something that might work for this person didn't work for you. That's why you have to be patient. This is why I created my exclusive site, because nobody is trying to help men with this area of fucking life. Nobody wants to talk about, hey, sexual health, being proud of what you're working with matters, because if you're not happy or confident, you're not gonna perform well. It's that simple. If you're proud of what you're working with, you're gonna have more confidence. If you're a guy that wants more confidence and you wanna know exactly what you should try, what's out there, what may not work, what may work, the system I use, I believe in a more manual approach. The penile tracking devices work, but like I said, I don't have 4 to 6 hours a day. I expect it to take longer, so I have an approach that doesn't require devices. If you're a guy that wants to learn what that is, listen, click the link in the description or pin comments. Go check out my exclusive site. We have a Discord for members where you can communicate with other guys, see what they're trying. But this shit is real. It's possible to grow your junk. You don't have to live in oblivion anymore. You don't have to live in ignorance. Check out FedEx Talks, link in the description or pinned comments. Join, consume the content, communicate in the Discord, ask questions, see what guys are trying, and improve your sexual health so you can be more confident, bro. I'll see you on the inside. I'll get back with you guys next time.